Okay, I added some stuff to the thing, and I...
We're live. It's Sunday night. We're hanging. Therefore, it's Sunday night hang.
Yeah.
Apropos.
Hello, everybody in chats and on the stream.
Yes, and if you're new, please subscribe. If you're returning, welcome back. And as you all file in, we're going to get to roll call here. We got a fun one today. We got our good friend Bluemawks. He's planning on leaving Bluemawks all over my channel tonight. Great.
Bluemawks are and skid marks. Just saying.
Better than skid marks.
Better blue. What did he eat? All the blue gummies.
Blue freezies.
All of them. Speaking of blue gummies, there's Zach Thong first in the chat. Then we got JP Page 2, our in-house amp expert.
JP
here, that's Dark Rob. Good to see Rob. Dastardly Dave. He is a Dave. He's not really that dastardly, though, from my personal experience. Probably just ruined his street rep. Sorry. We got Billy Baloney and a stupid number.
Yep.
I was talking with him earlier today. He was also doing a setup on what I believe was a Gretsch-shaped object.
Nice.
Who else we got? Wayne McConnell, the Kelowna kid himself.
Hello, Wayne.
Michael Krause. He says, "Good evening, Canucks and honorary Canucks." Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Greasy Monkey Guitars.
Crazy.
Searching for Tone.
Right.
He says, "It's you. There's me here." Exactly.
That's right.
There's Munch Michelli. Doc Kramer himself. Papa Blue. And I say Mark Spurgeon. Joe Has Gas. New name in the chat.
Hey, Joe.
It's cool. And I think we're caught up for now until more people show up. Awesome. If you have a question for any of us, you can put some question marks at the beginning of the comment. That's fine. Or you can add us. Apparently, they're finally allowing tagging here in StreamYard. We'll see how that works. You're like, you can add people. Well, we'll see. Is that you, Steve Reeser? William DeSilva's here.
You can tell by the way he is.
You can tell by the way that he is. Exactly. And then, yeah. So, also, you can, you can add, or Joe H. Okay. Annie Huizenhausen's. What I was going to say, oh, yeah, if you're a member, you can stand out with a member milestone message because it's all like green and stands out and stuff. Or super chat, that's fine.
Super duper.
All the above, that's fine. There's Guitar Man 45, and we've got. I guess I was going to wait till tomorrow night to do the update, but why not do the update now? We've got updates. As it was stated a week or 2 weeks ago, I want to say, Trev, we figured on what the year of. My sister's here on the treadmill. Watch my mouth. Okay. I don't see that, Mike. It didn't. Yeah, it doesn't highlight. So fuck them. It doesn't work. They don't know what they're doing. Anyways, yes. The theme of this year is the Master of Puppets tone, and can we get it through pedal form? And I say I have to emphasize through pedal form, Trev, because I realize I do in fact have a Boogie clone sitting right there that I haven't turned on in years, and then we have a Marshall, so I could just plug into those. But no, We're trying to do it through pedals. And so we have an update on that, as well as someone mentioned last week in the chat, well, you need a tube screamer to push the 2 amps. Well, yeah, if I'm going for the Kurt Hammett tone. Well, we decided, Bluemawks, we're going for the Kurt Hammett tone because I went and bought a fucking Flying V last week. So, well, technically it's on layaway. There's the legend himself, Randy Price. He was on last week.
Randy?
This is true, Randy.
Jeff K.
Okay.
So, so we got a Flying V going to be arriving at some point. We've also, on the pedal front, the hard one to figure out was we got the Marshall side cover with the LPD 87. What we're looking for is a limited run from a while ago, the LPD Mach 1 pedal, which was, well, what do you think? It's a Mark 1 Mesa Boogie, I believe. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, we got one. Good friend Billy Baloney in a stupid number found it on the inner Google today and snagged on it, so I'm going to snag it from him once he snags it. Are we snagging? Yes.
Now, doesn't the tube screamer kind of effectively makes most guitars sound like EMG pickups, anyways? So
no, it doesn't sound like you accidentally nudged your mid control all the way to 14. But also, people must realize, similar to the SD1 use when boosting a Marshall, most of the times the distortion is down minimally. You got the level cranked, so you're essentially using it as a mid boost as well as an EQ filter, as it were. Bo's got one as well. Yes, Bo and I were talking. I found out actually mine's a 2021, Bo. I was looking at the invoice and I had the serial number on it, so and the SKU, so I was able to put the SKU into long enough way to get all the stats, which was quite nice. Turns out burst bucker 2 and a burst bucker 3 in the bridge. Even though there's no burst on it, it's going to be bucking.
Wow, bucking A.
Hey, Mark.
They're like, these are hot pickups. I'm like, I know hot pickups. I have a lot of experience with hot pickups. I'm looking at a guitar with very hot pickups right now. It's got a 500T in the bridge. That's a hot pickup.
I think in my knockoff Epiphone Jerry Cantrell, I think the main one's like mimicking a 480T or something like that.
498.
There you go.
I'm just going to guess on that, but
you're probably more right than me, even though I own it.
Well, I try. Randy says I use is that Eugene? I don't know. Valaverta settings on the SD1, gain around 2, tone around 5 or 6, volume around 8. Exactly.
Yeah.
Largely as a clean boost. Billy says I had those in a Les Paul, not very hot. That's fine. Hell froze over. Ben bought a Flying V. No, Hell would freeze over if I bought a Dane Electro at full retail price, which I also did not pay full retail price. So, so we got that. And as such, next weekend here in Canada is a long weekend, so we're going to have another episode of Hot Dogs and Hash and do some fundraising to pay for. Well, the idea is to pay off the Gretsch, so then I can then convert from layaway to financing for the V. Because I'm a guitar player.
Hey, Arf.
Yeah, I really enjoy apparently buying guitars from Long Way without having any money, or even a plan to have any money. To be honest with you, Mike Russ says, did someone say Dane Electro? I just ran back to my phone. Like a slightly overwhelmed PAF, perfect.
I don't have any long-term player history. Many concert history. I just wasn't much of a player until a few years ago, so
neither was I.
I'll be extremely exciting for the show.
I became a way better guitar player after I stopped. Around the time I stopped gigging, actually. Ironically enough, I only figured out how to play lead on a guitar right before I started a YouTube channel.
Nice.
Well, only been playing for
All I do is play over backing tracks and noodle, kind of, sort of.
Well, that's what happened was I was given more guitar duties as I asked for them in the last band I was in, being that the front man was also doing all the lead work. And so I was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind, especially it was like stuff. It was like, oh, we play it in an A minor. Perfect. All right, A minor pentatonic all day. Like Allman Brothers or something like that. Very easy, straightforward. And then towards the end, I was doing most of the rockabilly type solos because I get that rockabilly tone. And you just play the major pentatonic instead of the minor. It's the same thing. Just you got to play over the changes instead of you can just sit in one with the minor usually. What's up, Kush?
Kush man.
Hey, Kush. Michael Krause.
Michael Krause is just here to terrorize me whenever possible. I know.
I saw. Did someone say Dan Electro?
It was funny. I did call my sister the other day when I bought the V. I'm like, she's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "I bought a Fly V." She's like, "What? You did what?" I'm like, "I know." I suppose, Trev, for those who haven't seen the community post, we can show a photo of it even. What a concept. There we are. Lucky Sevens in the house. All right. There it goes. Focused. So that's it.
Yeah.
Old Natural.
That's a beauty.
Right. And they have the smaller logo. You can't really see it, but a small logo across the top of the headset. They don't have that big embossed Gibson from the 50s that I just hate. So it's basically like a 70s reissue, but not really because it doesn't have a volute.
I was going to say.
So what is the neck on that? Is that a thin or a fat neck?
Really thin.
Yeah.
Really small. Narrow and thin, like my Explorer.
Oh, and narrow too, yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Like I wrapped my thumb over it. I was like, ooh, I can almost touch the G string. I was like, damn. Okay. My sister does not have PTSD from childhood.
Just a little bit.
Oh, Hip showed up.
Yep.
What's up, Ken? Good to see ya. Never did plug in the V at the store either. That was kind of dumb. But it's not the first time I bought a guitar without plugging it in. I figured so mint.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I can't see there being anything wrong with it, but it's not like they don't have a return policy anyways. Yeah,
I got rid of 3 other cheaper guitars, and I mean, like really pretty cheap guitars, and then bought that Epiphone Jerry Cantrell. That thing's a player. I mean, it is 100%. It is 100% a Les Paul. I mean,
there is
There's no fakeness to it. Yeah, it's quality.
But it's almost like similar to like you have your Gibson USA and then your Gibson Custom Shop. Okay, you got your regular Epiphone Les Paul Standard, which are they're fine, but that's the thing, they're fine. They're not great. They're fine. They're good. They're fine.
Some more than others.
When you get into like the signature, the LP or Lord, it's right there, the Epiphone version of signature guitars and things like that, they are, I don't want to say custom shop, but greater attention to detail, not just QA, but detail. Like I remember playing the Epiphone Greenie. Now that thing retailed like what, $1,500 US, $2,000. Here.
Yeah.
And everyone's like freaking out. But I'm looking at like, first of all, it had small vintage frets. So they had to retool for that run, which right there, guess what, folks? That cost money. You know, the finish was very unique. The wiring was unique. Like all these things add up when it comes to a production guitar.
Yeah.
And I demoed a few of the Jerry Control Epiphones, and every time I was just like, nice. You know,
yeah, it's quality guitar. But you probably remember. I don't know if on your channel I talked to other people about it. I got it from Sweetwater, and it was so authentic. The first one that showed up, I opened the box, looked beautiful. I pick it up. Everything looks intact.
Right.
I want to get a good look at that nice wine color on there. I take it outside into the sunlight. and I slid my hand up towards the headstock, and I felt a sharp poke in the back of my hand.
Yeah.
And sure enough,
It happens.
It came with a broken headstock.
You know, that it unfortunately it can and will happen. No matter how well you pack a guitar. Like, it's just
I was shocked, but yeah.
Excuse me.
Sweetwater is cool.
I want to say our good friend Lawrence, being of LPD Pedals, and hey Lawrence, you could pretty much invoice me for those 2 pedals at any time. I'm just going to actually text you tomorrow, but I can say it here today, and then yeah, we'll get that taken care of this week. But it's good to see Lawrence. He's supplying the tone in many ways for this Master of Puppets tone project. And it's Justin Cox that says he got himself a new to me Martin 0028 from 1972. Ooh, nice. I think my D28 is a 71 or a 72. So I know the quality, and they are nice. Lucky Sevens is asking who owns a Melody Maker. I do not yet. I might in the future. I don't know. Adam D in the house. It's been a minute. Great to see you.
Cheers.
Randy says, I'm looking at Heftfield's book right now. See, this is why we love Randy.
Yeah.
Trev, you know, both the 84 Explorers had 500T and 496Rs in them when Puppets was recorded. Well, I got a 500T and a 498R. So I think that will work fine. I have the correct bridge pickup, so, and I don't think James is using the neck a whole lot for the chugging. So,
Guaranteed, right?
yeah.
Probably not a lot.
Don't forget he used the Jackson King V-A-ton on that album as well. Had Invaders in it. Well, we got the burst buckers in the V, and we can always goose it as needed.
Mm-hmm.
Bo says, with all the guitars in my life, I've never broke a headstock. Well, yeah, but if you play them once every 3 years, that helps. And I don't say that because he never plays guitar, but he's got so many guitars that it takes a while to rotate through. The voice of Cornhole has arrived. What's up, Donnie? One of my favorite mass holes.
Does Bo have a guitar for every day of the year?
Pretty much.
No, but he's got a guitar. He could go through at least 2 a week. All good, Adam. We all have life issues at times. So, good to see you, though, my friend. Oh, thank you, Jim. We got a virtual tip into the virtual tip jar to help pay your LPD addiction. Play some up tomorrow. Will do. I say Communication Breakdown. I was listening to it today. Now, I wasn't listening to Led Zeppelin play Communication Breakdown. I was listening to Jeff Healey play Communication Breakdown, which I highly recommend, folks.
Oh.
He does the Robert Plant parts on a harmonica.
Crazy.
Michael Krause for their least favorite mass hole. Oh. Zach, poor Zach. Saw the picture that he posted of the new guitar. I got to say, for me today, came across was a left-handed Taylor 814. Ooh, see that I'm gonna be in big trouble. Yeah, now
The wall.
I can't picture it immediately in my head, but Taylor, much like most guitar companies, if the number is higher, they're good. I played a 114, so it's going to be 8 times better. No, actually, I played something like the 2s and the 3s are even decent, so I can just imagine an 8.
Is that how they rate them? The higher the first number?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Same as Gretsch's. They have a 2000 series, a 5000 series, 6000 series. Ibanez, you got your RG 450, you got your RG 550, your 7.
Right.
Same deal. Randy says 814's big money.
Huh?
He's Taylor with the licks. You ready for your worship gig?
was it G&L names all their guitars after military equipment, right?
Right. Which is okay if you're American. International market, we're like, why? What?
What is that?
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Hey, Quentin.
Look who showed up. What's up, Pops?
Hey, Pops.
The Lord of Louisville himself. But yes, I'm gonna.
Now, Steve decided to play an extended jazz backtrack for us today. That was interesting.
Was he using his wah on a jazz backing track?
Yeah,
he was. I bet he was.
The wah and the whammy, full shred sounds over the jazz.
See,
it's like I got a dark patch here somewhere.
I swear, if you scoop the mids on your monitors when watching their live stream, you won't hear them play because they're all the mids because they both love their wahs. Was. You both are going to have arthritic ankles from the amount of wah use. Yes.
Yeah, between the who knows what track's going to be on and then who knows what key it's going to be in, always kind of keeps it rolling.
I'm terrible for that. Like, even to this day, there's songs I played for years, I have no idea what key they are.
Yeah.
Like, no clue, because I just have no idea. I can try to work it because there is that kind of rule of thumb, like whatever the first chord that you're playing is, generally that's the key, and then if it's ascending, it's a major. If it's descending, it's a minor. But that's assuming you start on the one. So, and I only mentioned that, Chris, because I was doing a gig once. It was my birthday show one year. Oh, Sir Charles.
Hey, Doc.
Hey, Chuck. The rock and roll.
Yes, I was doing my birthday show, and the opening act asked me to come up and play alongside him. He was a solo blues artist. And we were doing a cover of Joe Cocker, Feeling All Right, which others have done as well. We're doing Joe Cocker version, right? Whole song, Chris, is only 2 chords. Okay? So he said, take the lead. Sure. I picked the wrong chord.
Exactly.
It was C and F. I chose C, should have chose F. Yeah, so found that. So, and I played a pentatonic, and 3 of the 5 notes worked. So, and he was playing solo acoustic, and I'm playing through a full guitar rig, and it was
blasting
loud and awkward. Loud and
it was just a song change.
But the nice thing was that was literally the first time I played a guitar solo of any kind in public. And so and I just walked up to the mic afterwards. I'm like, hey, it's my birthday. I'm already half in the bag, and I'm also the rhythm player in my band for a reason. Clearly. So. Ooh, congrats to the boy for getting his license. Looks like Charles has got a designated driver. Nice. He can drive you home after margaritas.
There you go. Time to ramp up the insurance. All right.
And he's getting the car just safe enough for his kid. Well, that's fine. That's fine. So, as I recall with you, my friend, your guitar of choice, you like the Super Strats. You seem to like guitars that have like a nice, pretty hot pickup, wiggle stick. I see you playing on these Super Strats from time to time. And why do you go that route? I'm just asking. I'm not accusing. It's just, I know you have the Cantrell Les Paul, but
So I did play guitar back in the 90s for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have my amp from then. I went through the typical of horrible practice amps into a PV Triumph, a tube 60-watt amp. But at that time, well before YouTube, all it was I was like trying to play Megadeth and Metallica, and I had a few tab books, which were probably all freaking wrong. And I got a cheap tube screamer, and I could, with that and an EQ pedal in the effects loop, you can dial in a lot of sounds.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. And so I had that going, and I still got the couple guitars from and I've got a Jackson Kelly Pro Japanese that I bought, and that's in almost mint condition. And then I had this other weird kind of uncommon, but it's a Fender Squier, but it's an MH or HM 4 or 5. It's actually more like it's a neck through all mahogany. It's basically an Ibanez thin, S model.
Mm-hmm.
And it had crappy pickups in it.
Yeah,
crappy
coming out to the woodwork tonight.
Okay.
All Dave, all night. Great to see you, brother. Remember Miles?
Hey, Dave. Cheers, man.
Great to see you.
So those are the kind of guitars I played.
Grammys. Like, besides, they're just going to tell you Jethro Tull's heavy metal anyways. What do they know? That's when they lost me. Everyone's like, oh, Grammys. That's kind of the big deal. I'm like, yeah, then the Jethro Tull winning best metal album. I don't blame them. I don't blame the Grammys and the people that run the Grammys. So they may have all moved on now because it's been 30 some odd years, but nope. Burn Bridge. What's up, Keith H?
More than that. 25 years.
Because I can't remember, it was for Injustice for All, or was it the Black
Joe?
Album that Metallica should have won the Grammy?
Masters.
I can't remember.
Is that your better half moseying around back there? Hey, Nick.
At one point, I could play most of the Black Album, and I don't know any of it all anymore.
At one point, Bob Rock could play most of the Black Album. What? I did not say. I did say that. I don't like Bob Rock. Bo says he got kidnapped Friday after the Machine Shop show. What was her name? So I guess it wasn't a bunch of guys that kidnapped you after a gig. That was a lady. It was the one that hangs out on the swing.
Here you go, Ben. The 31st Grammy Awards on February 22, 1989. Jethro Tull won the Best Metal. It was on Justice
for All, right? Yeah, because I remember they had just performed too. Like, so they were hanging out side stage, all hot and sweaty after performing, and then they're basically waiting to get called back out. So
that's when one got all that traction because they made a video. They actually made a video.
Yeah, because Cliff wasn't around anymore, and they sold out. Because Cliff's like, we're never making a music video. Cliff says, we're making a video. I'm like, fuck you, Lars. God damn it, Lars.
Everybody.
Hey, what was the name of the gal from SCTV and Schitt's Creek and
Catherine O'Hara?
Yeah, right. She just passed away yesterday. I heard.
Yeah. 71.
Couple days, yeah.
She's awesome.
Very sad. She was
iconic actress and comedian. Apparently, a hardcore band won Best Metal Performance and Rock Album this year. Well, there we go. Yes, and
I'm just glad they're not giving the heavy metal award to Bruce Springsteen, something like that.
I've never heard of the band style, but then again, I don't listen to any music from the century, so there's that. I kept up with popular music until it became all Nickelback or derivatives of Nickelback. I went, nope, I'm out. I just went, nope, I'm officially middle-aged. I'm going to just go back to my high school years for my favorite music now. I'm out. I'm good.
I would not recognize any Taylor Swift songs.
I've heard of a handful of artists only because, if they cross over into mainstream media type thing, like you'll hear whoever's playing the Super Bowl, even though I've never heard of them other than the fact they're playing the Super Bowl, type thing. Like the last time somebody played the Super Bowl I heard of, I believe it was Tom Petty. So there we are. And Tom's been gone for almost 9 years. So
Right.
I know. Fortunately, I got to see him on that last tour. Oh, the gear. The gear, Chris. The gear. Like, if you're a gear snob or a gear whore, like I am, I recommend go on YouTube, not now, later, and find like a live Tom Petty show. Later in career, better, only because they had more money. So, like, literally, they played, I want to say, an hour and 45-minute set, Chris. And Tom changed guitars after every single song.
Every song.
Including if he played 3 acoustic songs in a row, he swapped out 3 acoustics. And Mike Campbell was almost the same as far as rotating guitars every show, because what they knew was their last tour, and they've been gear junkies for years, right? And so, and me and my best friend, who's also gear, we're just watching because we know it's all classic gear. Like, I was like, I can't believe what the insurance underwriting is on this, because we've seen probably $5 million worth of gear, and that's not even putting celebrity value on any of the gear. That's just, like, oh, there's Campbell with his 53 Les Paul. Oh,
did you see the video of his at his home, or his studio, or his home? He had this huge, like a 20 by 20 rack that lifted up in the air like you're storing canoes in your garage, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's at the playhouse.
All kinds of gear.
Yeah,
all kinds of stacks of guitars.
Which is still going. They still use it because it's like a rehearsal space / warehouse / yeah. Keith says 1980 was a good mess of a show. I don't think I would have enjoyed it. I was 6, Keith. So just when you throw it, when these guys get to throw it, oh, I went to these awesome shows back in the day. Ah, well, you're old. So that's the only comeback I got.
I was 11. It was right around probably.
Old Dave All Night says the Era 40 tour, Lifeson changed guitars quite a bit, much more than previous shows. Yeah, because he would usually be, like, unless he needs to change out for a different tuning or to a 12 or something, he would ride the same guitar all night, or most of the night. But again, yeah, especially on the final tour. I bet you, like, when they come back, he's going to probably play a bunch of gear. I have no idea. Well, actually, he was probably going to be shilling his own gear, so he'd be playing all of his own gear.
I am the complete opposite of a gear snob. My main rig is a Boss GX100. That's it.
All right, so thanks for coming out this evening, folks.
Exactly.
Everybody has a different. It all depends on what you're looking to do, too, right? Like, not everybody can run a tube amp at volume, either by choice or where they live most often. What's up, Chris? Good to see you.
ACD.
Like, fortunately for me, I live alone. This is below. I have the garage between me and the close neighbor. There's nothing on this side, so I can crank it up to stage volume, and nobody's going to complain.
My brother is.
Especially if I do it before 10 at night. She'll hear something, but she doesn't care unless it's super late. That was a fast rig rundown. That
was it. Rig rundown. Boss GX100.
Yes, Rick Nielsen does pull out a ton of guitars every night. That's true.
If that ever crashes, I've got a Boss Katana as a backup. Yeah, so
there you go.
I'm styling.
I unfortunately cannot do that stuff myself. Some of the aftermarket I can, but I couldn't, like, for instance, use a Boss just for the simple reason that Boss doesn't make enough pedals for me to put together a pedal chain that I like. Like, love their chorus. I love some of their drives. Their digital delays. Fine. Phaser. Fuck no. Worst phaser on the market. So
I have some of those pedals. So I do actually have them.
That's where I go. So maybe if MXR brought out a multi-effect, hey, maybe. But that's the problem. No one company well, Lawrence for a period of time.
I've got the Eddie Van Halen Phaser MXR. I've got probably the worst Boss pedal ever. I'll grab it. I've got probably the worst Boss pedal ever made.
I don't know, unless it's a Boss Phaser. That's the worst Boss pedal ever made, in my opinion. All right, folks, type in the chat. What do you think the worst Boss pedal ever?
If anybody can guess what my choice is for worst Boss pedal.
Rob Blackmore official. He's chilling out because it's winter and it's the coast.
I have a Metal Zone. No, that is not the worst one. I've got worse.
I used to have a Metal Zone Bluemawks. Guess what I did with it? I sold it to him.
Damn right he did.
It was funny because we're hanging out. He's like, "Oh, I'll buy it off you." I'm like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You really sure?"
In near mint condition.
Oh no, that's a classic distortion feedbacker. Is that the DF2 or
the feedbacker is magically disturbing?
That was my first. That was my first drive pedal.
The SD.
Also, Hit Metalworks had one as well. Hey, you get to do the intro to Loud Love. Feedback circuit work.
Back into the Saran wrap she goes.
No,
it's custom case.
Way worse, I would say. Way worse. Yeah, Hip just said, "Hey, I had one of those."
I think if it was just a distortion, I'd probably be okay with it. The feedbacker features disturbing.
I didn't mind, like I say, for like Soundgarden's Loud Love, where Kim's doing the whole feedback intro. You could do that intro doing it. Because it basically worked like a sustain. That's all it was, like Sustainiac. That turbo distortion wasn't the greatest one in the world. It looks like I got rid of most of the surplus shitty ones I didn't like.
I do have one of their digital delays. It's excellent.
The Extortion was pretty bad, yeah. I had the Mega Distortion. It was okay. The OS2 was okay. But I had the heavy metal pedal. It wasn't bad.
One thing I'll give them to those Boss pedals is that, they're pretty much indestructible.
No, you can break the pots. That there is a bit of a weak point there, because if something comes across, it can just shear those. But other than that, that's most pedals. They are pretty. The only thing I don't like is you can't really stack them because they're all buffered. Like they don't like a good true bypass where you can gain stage your pedals. Those are just like, no, I am here. I am independent of everything else in the circuit.
I think I have it's just the chorus ensemble, the CE5.
It isn't bad. I have a CE2. That's a classic.
Is that what it is? CE5?
I have the power supply pedal. No, there was a few distortions that were kind of bad. They kind of remind you of PV distortions in their solid state amps, which I saw Randy mention Rage 158. I used to have one sold to Mark Taft. So, if you ever wonder where my Rage 158 is, Mark Taft's apartment.
I don't even have it out here. I think I have the DD7. Maybe 8.
I had a DD3. Sold it to Billy. See, Billy, I remembered this time. See, there's Mark Taft. I just had to mention his name, Trev, and then he shows up.
Hey, Mark.
Cheers, Mark. Mine's DD20. So it's got a knob with like.
I'm still going with worst Boss pedal as their phaser. Terrible.
And then what is that? I got the Boss GE7, the equalizer.
A little noisy, but they're great. Like.
Mine's one of the older ones too. It's not real bad. I didn't realize until I had that thing for several years. It was actually 18 volt. I was running 9 volts into it forever.
Really, I thought it might have been 12, depending on the age.
Maybe it was. Maybe it is 12.
The old ones are 12 and
light going on. I'm like, is it working?
Yeah, like they're a different. Like you can't plug in just a regular. It's weird. I can run my vintage ones off a daisy chain style. Setup, but isolated, no. Although you can do a little mod to them so they work fine on 9 volts. Lawrence has.
I've seen people changing the the main values of the the sliders.
Mark, it works. Nobody ever said a Rage amp ever worked well. They work. They work. 12 solid state watts with an 8-inch speaker. No, that is not a JJ Junior back here. That is a Marshall DSL.
I think he's talking about the other one in the middle.
Mark, is that the PV? Is that a PV Rage 15 or something?
Those are vintage Canadian Pine amps, I believe. They're 30-watt heads, I believe.
That's kind of.
And there's a Fender full or half stack underneath that. An FM 100H, which is solid state, 4 ohm, 100-watt, loud, so loud.
I'm sure Ben would like to have a JJ. That'd be fun like that, huh?
I boosted the Fender solid state with the MXR full bore metal. Whew. Before that, the Boss Mega Distortion, but then I went to the full bore metal set, had even more gain. Should put together a acoustic pedal board, Zach.
My very first amplifier was a Metal Zone into a Sanyo boombox.
Nice.
Nice.
I still have the boombox.
Yeah, it was a 158. My first one was just a straight Rage, but I owned like 4 or 5 of them over the years because it was the size of a lunchbox. So if all I needed, it was great when I would do lessons because I would come to your house to give you a lesson. So I'd show up with a Strat. Here's the Strat case. I could put my cables in, a boost pedal if I wanted one. My tuner. Does the tuner?
A neighbor of mine gave me an almost mint Rage. I think 15, and it's the higher end one. It's got the reverb in it.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's it's really nice. After about a half can of contact cleaner
back then would still be better than half the reverb tanks used in much higher end amps these days. Sub 100 TJL. Boss distortions were before amp and cab pedals, later IRs, etc. I've never, I can't say I've never used IR. I have in recording, but not here. I go to a studio, he does all that stuff. I don't get into digital stuff. Now, I will show up with a pedal board and then even play through a virtual amp. He does, all that stuff. But I am taking like my LPD 87, for instance, as working as my preamp.
I didn't thought about that. I still have my original rig, the Metal Zone and that old Sanyo boombox. I have my original rig. And I got rid of the guitar that I had.
But you don't want to revisit that tone particularly.
No. Well, there was a 5-band EQ on the Sanyo.
Make it better. Well, it does make it better, but it doesn't make it better.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It's going to make it slightly more pleasant.
That much different than those little micro Marshalls.
Does it? It's like it didn't make it so much better as less shitty. You're like, yes,
that's right.
That's my tone.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Then I had my first guitar was a Lotus, which was a seafoam green Lotus. That had a tremolo system, a locking tremolo system on it, and then the locking nut was like parts, cheap parts from your local hardware store.
Oh, great!
It was very not good. Yes, there was literally little bolts and screws, not like the good stuff we use these days. It was horrifying. And I decided I didn't want the seafoam green. I probably should have just kept it. It actually looked pretty cool. So I had to have a black guitar. So I painted it black, and then I decided the green under the black was really looking bad. So I stripped it, and I found out that guitar was plywood. And not only was it plywood, but some of the pieces of the ply had big voids in it, and you could look through parts of the guitar through the It was
That's the best plywood.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all.
The
I swear,
plywood.
they disassembled the packing crates that they would get parts out of, and then build guitars out of the packing crates.
Yeah.
What's up, Timmy? Bo's asking if people used some very vintage equipment. I can't take part in that conversation because Bo was gigging when I was still like in grade school. So, not saying you're old, Bo, but you're older than me. Nice, we got a nice crowd here. We got 52 people watching. We're gonna go till the top of the hour here, folks. It's gonna be a bunch of fun for the last little bit. So get those questions in. We've got answers. I'll be back tomorrow night with Connects with Guitars, playing some music. Got some bad album covers. Oh, it's a new month, so we give away some memberships. And hey, this coming Saturday is a Water Buffalo meeting for channel members and patrons. All levels. Just saying. 1 p.m. Eastern for the Zoom meeting.
That's 10 a.m. on a Saturday. Just saying.
That's why we do the other one in the evening, Trev, for you
I'm
West
not
Coast.
necessarily there on time every time.
Yeah.
The blue voodoo. I had a little.
They did not think I was old on Friday. Well, it depends. How old were they? From a perspective, to me, I say you're older, but to Ferd Burfel, you're younger. So sorry, Ferd. Assume he's lurking. So I haven't seen when you mentioned the black guitar. I immediately thought of Matt. Last I heard from Matt, he was ordering a bunch of Taco Bell. Haven't heard from him since.
Yeah, last I saw he was on his way to go pick up that $60 worth of Taco Bell that he Ubered in.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe that's why we haven't heard from him today.
Yeah. Who orders Uber Eats at midnight for Taco Bell? Him. See you, Earl.
That cannot be good for you.
We need a proof of life.
They told me 52. All right. Nothing wrong with that.
Maybe stuck in the bathroom still.
Well, I haven't been to a concert in years. The first concert I went to was in Detroit. I went and saw Kiss. Yeah, I think it was 1976.
Detroit Rock City. Pretty hard to beat.
I was 2. So
I'm
just
going to say it was. I was 9.
Can Taco Bell ever be good for you?
No.
No. It serves a purpose. Not quite sure what it is. To
colon cleanser.
Yeah. Then you got Zach, who loves Taco Bell, and I don't know, maybe it's the fountain of youth because that man does not look 40.
And then I did see a few other concerts, but I revisited Kiss in, I think it was 1982, Animalize.
Oh.
And that was the last time I ever wanted to see Kiss. That was the end of that. Yeah.
I can understand that.
Yeah, that was it.
The Destroyer tour at Cobo Hall.
Yeah, it was at Cobo Hall.
Yep.
Yep.
Bo was there too.
I was there with my dad and my brother and a buddy of my brother's. Got one of those little, the glow sticks. They had the glow stick necklaces. That was the thing to get then.
Sure.
Glowed for about, half a day.
Analyze was 84. Right? Well.
Search. Brian.
Billy saw Kiss the year before the Alive tour. That'd be the same tour, probably.
In the 90s, when I was playing guitar for a couple of years, I had some buddies that had bands, and I would mix for them and go to their shows, and I'd run their boards and stuff for them. And that was right when all the grunge stuff was very popular. Mm-hmm. And so I had a neighbor, his girlfriend was the sister of the drummer from Alice in Chains. And so I went to a bunch of their shows, even when they were playing at the VH, at the VH halls and stuff, before they were anybody.
Sure.
and I'd get to go to their shows, and I met them all and hung out with them and drank with them, and they were nobody at that point,
Right.
and then like 2 years later after I moved, next thing I see is they're on MTV, and I'm like, look at that. Yeah.
Good for you.
There's my big rock history.
Nice.
I got to see him before there even was grunge. He came up here to a bar called Club Soda for a Metal Monday when they were considered metal, because that's what
All of them were super nice guys.
All the different genres at that point. Yeah, they sounded great. They sang Soundgarden too. Saw them at the Club Soda. The Loud Love was so awesome.
William Silva smoked a bowl with Jerry just before they blew up. Wow Hall in Eugene. Well, there we are. Nice. Yeah, I saw them. That was my first rock concert, which was their first headline tour at the concert hall. I want to say, what was it? That would have been November of '92.
Mm-hmm.
So I know at least one album. Obviously, one album, their first album, had already hit. I don't know if Dirt had come out yet, but it was pretty cool. They were loud. That was the loudest show I'd ever been at.
Man, I went to Veterans Hall. I think it was probably around '88. When I went to the Veterans Hall, in Redmond, Washington. I mean, right where near I lived. I mean, that was their gigs. They were
Right. Sure.
That was their gigs. I mean, there was enough room in there for maybe 40 people. And at that point, I think they were playing some covers. They didn't have all their stuff out. I mean, it had not happened.
Nice. Actually, Dave played with Jerry at Rock Camp.
Nice.
Right on, Dave. Hanging out with Dinosaur Jr. That'd be cool. Been a fan of theirs forever. Okay. Loudest show you'd ever been to, folks. That's a good one to put out there. Stimulates the algorithm if we get the chat moving. Question for Blue and All.
Me, it was
playing a band. Who else is in it, alive or deceased? Jeez. Hips got into your stash there, Trev? That's a fucking high as a kite question if I've ever heard one.
No, Hip. I've never played in a band. The only live playing that I've done is in the past several months, except for one time on the OU channel. This is my live playing experience.
Awesome.
And it's getting better. The hands are getting a little less sweaty every weekend. So,
Whom just says
I
bucket.
still can't remember half the stuff I play when I get on, but
Malmsteen was the loudest I'd ever heard. Yeah, come to think of it, that Sweetwater performance was the loudest I ever heard. Hands down. It was ridiculous. The hypothetical question, yeah, if you're playing a band, who's your dream bandmates, alive or dead? Oof. Oh, that could change. It all depends on what I'm playing for music.
Mm.
Or I'll just be the fourth member of Rush. There we go. Done. There's my backing rhythm section.
I wished I'd got to see Ted Nugent play live.
Still out there.
He's pretty
Loud and shredding. Bo went to see him, a few months ago? Or like last summer, fall there, I want to say, Trev. And he said, he's giving her.
Yeah.
It's your band. You play what you want, obviously. Yeah, all right. I'll just take Rush to back me up. Motorhead. Yeah, I can see that. There's Paul McNary.
Hey, Paul. Hey, Billy.
Between Josie and the Pussycats or the Runaways back in the day.
Well, I have no current future plans for any more new guitars. I'm still enjoying the ones that I have, and I rotate them around almost daily now.
Actually, I think they have more than a fourth. I think they have a fifth and a sixth, even. I think they have a backing keyboard player as well. So they have the drummer and possibly another guitar player. Can't remember. Might be confusing with the Triumph shows. Triumph, they have a backup for everybody, basically. They went from a 3-piece to a 6.
Some big shows.
Timmy, Ted plays the Newport here every year. Loud!
Like the big Metallica shows were loud, the big Slayer shows were loud, but loud was Pantera at the Commodore because they had their shows.
I can imagine.
Small space.
Well, I just remember, like, when I saw Alice in Chains, they were so loud, I couldn't understand Lane's vocals until I plugged my ears, because I didn't have earplugs. And when I plugged my ears, I understand the vocals clear as day. I'm like, wow, it's overpowering my ears that much. It was like, yeah. And then I had to work the next day. And it was funny because I worked at a takeout restaurant. It was just 2 of us, myself and the cooks in the back. And I'm standing at the counter trying to take orders. And they have to yell their orders to me so loud that the cooks could hear the orders before I could hear the orders. And he's over a fucking deep fryer and doing shit. He's like, yeah, I heard it. And I'm like, all right, well, what was it?
All right.
That's all I got. So, and I've had the tinnitus ever since. So thanks, Alice in Chains.
The wife is being shy. She don't want to come say hi to people. I drag her over. He's like, no.
I went Dave the Panther. Snap your fingers, snap your neck. That was awesome.
Tom Lynn in the house.
I love the Bad cover show you guys put on. I don't miss it. It's awesome.
It's a fun little segment.
It's got quite a few.
Kind of took off. That originally started as me trolling Charles at work, sending him bad album covers when he was at work.
Nice.
And then I realized I didn't get to see his reaction, so then we decided to make it as part of the show. Plus, it allows me to play less, so there's that. Gives my hands a rest, so it's nice. Billy, I grew up in the 70s. Concerts were insanely loud through shitty PAs. Exactly. And now it's great PA systems with silent stages.
I don't recall what year it was. I went and saw White Zombie at a small concert hall here in Seattle that is now gone. And they had it was White Zombie and Robert Plant, if I recall.
That's an interesting duo.
Yeah.
That's really trying to fill a room. That's why they do that.
Yeah.
It's like, you bring your fans, we'll bring our fans, and hopefully together we got enough to fill a room. But the problem is you're going to have half the fans walk out after one of the acts.
That's
or
right.
show up late. One or the other. But, you know.
Yeah, their show was pretty good from what I recall. It was a pretty good show. The White Zombie.
Sound stages are fucking lame. They are. They are. I can't put my foot up on rest on an in-ear monitor. You know, I need a wedge monitor. Ah, thanks, Dave. He says, for your next trip to the res, because I care about your mental health. I appreciate that. I will be going out there in the next couple of weeks, actually. I think, looking basing on levels of things upstairs currently.
Supplies versus.
I've heard those Bluetooth hearing aids are and the Bluetooth earbuds not good, not a good long-term solution for your health, right?
Yeah.
The radio waves, right? I don't know what truth that is, but I mean,
well,
you've seen people
also when
who
you start
get-
using
got
hearing aids,
ears from
your
the old
ears
phones.
get lazier too as a result, because you're just like,
yeah,
oh,
that's
I
a
can hear
problem.
better now, so they just relax and they just don't try as hard, basically.
Yeah.
So if once you have me, you're going to have them in all the time, essentially, like because there's musicians that'll have them in and out.
And
On the other hand, I remember like you hearing aids now too are much like the in-ear monitors, where you can have X amount of drivers and you can set EQs and stuff. Like I remember watch this show. Guy, musician, he has hearing aids, and smart move, Chris. What he did was, because he can adjust the EQ, he took an EQ reading of his wife's voice and boosted the EQ there, so he could always hear her. I was like, that's fucking brilliant.
That's funny.
And he said, well, she isn't the loudest talker and doesn't like to repeat herself. I'm like, well, then you boost the frequencies.
Well, I'm sorry I was not a very exciting guest tonight.
Oh,
it was
this
nice
was
to be
fun.
on the show. And
Are you kidding me?
meet you in person.
Fun.
This is a bunch of fun. So, yes, we'll definitely do it again, too, because, we like hanging. You crack me up in the chat. And it's been more than, overdue to have you on. Hey, look who's live. Passed out after leftover Taco Bell. We'll see. Yeah, figured. I called it.
There it is.
See how my sister said it's been great, actually. So there you go. So yeah. So hold the line here. We'll talk off air, as it were. Be back, like I say, tomorrow night. Connects with Guitars. Again, if you're new, please subscribe. Hit that like on the way out. Doesn't cost you anything. Hype! If you're on the mobile platform, I don't know what it does, but the YouTube overlords prefer it if I say it or something.
Therefore, you must. Correct.
Yeah. And yes, thanks again, everybody that donated and contributed to the channel tonight. Helps keeps the lights on and payments on pedals and or.
Cheers, everybody. Have a good evening.
Projects. La! Are you doing YMCA? No, I'm doing Flying V upside down. There we go. So
Excitement.
as I hold the doors open, let Charles in ahead of you in traffic. That's not even him. It's his kid.
Yeah. Give him some space.
Yeah. So there's that. We go to each other. Happy tone chasing. Karma is real. How do I know. Okay.
Stories.
Yeah. So enjoy your lifestyle choices. And as always, don't litter.